Hey, it's Champagne again with Learn to Play. I want a quick little instructions on the Shaman and the Archmage's class mechanics. For the Shaman, it's called Wa. You have Gork's Wa, which is the red one. You have Mork's Wa, which is the yellow one. If you're playing in the Archmage, it's called High Magic. And you have on the Yin and Yang, I don't know what they're actually called, but you have the black side, which is for the same thing that Gork is. It'll allow you to throw out your life tap abilities while moving. And the way this works is when you use a healing ability, which in this case at level 5, you have this one, which is Quit Your Bleeding, which is your hot. It's an insta-cast, which is fantastic, which is what you want. As you noticed, when you used it, you got a 1 point in the red. Use it again, you get 2 points. Use another healing ability, it goes up again exponentially until you get to 5, and it maxes out. What this allows you to do is, granted, it will shorten the cast time of any cast time abilities. Insta-cast abilities, it will make them proc harder. So you're up to 5. Over here. Oh, look, a level 40 Shadow Warrior. Lovely. I don't know what he's doing. And you guys can come up here and try to hit me. What a douche. Anyway, good thing I'm not flagged. So we build this up to 5 as a life tap or a DPS Shaman or Archmage. You always want to keep that up. So if you ever see if you ever see Champagne running around the Tier 1 lake while everyone else is mounted, it's because I'm occasionally throwing this Quit Your Bleeding on myself or on somebody. So that way I'm always staying at 5. The reason this is important is you're going to see the mechanics here when I take on these 2 white lions, or whatever the heck these things are. I call them white lions because they look like white lions. But this here, I'll take that as your life tap. Deals damage, and then of course your defensive target, which in this case will be me, will be healed 150 points, or 150% of whatever the damage is. So we keep this boosted. When I use this, it also allows us to use this on the run. It doesn't say that anywhere, but you can use it while you're moving, which is fantastic. So when you're kiting, Gork will fix that. Your absorb and your hot are your friends. These 4 things right here, all the way up until level 9. When you hit level 9, you'll get your second dot, which is Bleed for Me, which does the same thing as I'll take that, but it's a dot. So we're going to boost ourselves up to 5 Gork Was. We're going to run down here. I'm going to tag one of them. They're both going to come. They're level 8. I'm level 5. I'm not bolstered. So now we're going to run up here and we're going to kite. So you see me, I'm at 5 in the red. Keep your eyes on that. And I'm going to go ahead and bubble myself. And I'm using I'll take that. I'll dishing out some damage and healing myself. And now I have a yellow, so now I have to use a heal until I get back into the red, and then I'll take that again until I can get my absorb up. Throw out that dot. Tap back over, throw out a dot on him, heal myself up, build that red number up again to a 5. Alright, and now we'll do this. Throw on that absorb. Build up a little bit. We're out of AP, but that's okay. We're still doing great. Still got plenty of health. Just kiting in circles. I'm doing a strafe run You got to learn how to do that. If you haven't already figured that out, you want to make your left and right buttons your strafing buttons. And you're constantly making sure that you have a 1 point in that red. You see that? So when you have it in the yellow, you got to use a heal ability to throw yourself back over here to the red, allowing you to cast that on the go. And that's pretty much the mechanics of the Shaman. If you're ever playing a DPS or a life tap, again, the difference between the two is, as a life tap, you're using I'll take that and bleed for me to heal your defensive target. And that's pretty much how you heal your defense target. You build yourself up with a bunch of intelligence, and you dish out a lot of damage so that way you can heal people for more. And you have to play, you got to play smart. I don't mean to like insult anybody, but what I mean by that is, if there's more friendlies in between you and the target, you should click on one of them to be your defensive target. So that way when you throw out your bleed for me, which is like a 24-second dot, that every time it ticks, it deals damage, of course, to the target, and then heals your defensive target. So you find something. Witch elves, I always make my defensive target usually witch elves. And then that way, you're using I'll take that to heal them. And now the things that I target when I'm using, I'll take that in a combat, like if there's a large amount of people here, like let's say you're in Nordling and you're doing like a war camp kind of like push. I'll throw bleed for me, and I'll take that on engineer turrets. That's right. So as it ticks on those turrets, it's healing my defensive target. So let's just say like the witch elf is way up here, and I'm way back here, and this pole is a turret. I'll just sit here and just constantly throw I'll take that onto this target and dish out a bunch of damage to this turret while my defensive target's up here is getting healed. That way I don't actually have to run up there if there's a lot of people. If there's no turrets or lions, then of course you have to run up here and hit him. But that's the mechanic. So let's go over that mechanic again. So we bump ourselves up until we're at 5. That's the max you can go. That's usually where I like to try to stay. Now in live, once you got it up to 5, it never decayed. In here, after a short amount of time, it'll disappear if you don't use it, which is great. It should be that way. In live, you'd enter a zone, pump yourself up to 5, and run around for like 10 minutes looking for something to kill, and you still had 5. But anyway, so again, watch the mechanics down here. So pump ourselves up, run down here, we'll throw a dot on him, and then we'll kite while strafe running. It's NPC, so it's usually going to catch you. Alright, so I'm in yellow. Let's throw a bubble. Hit him again. Yellow, red. I'll die on this one if I'm not paying attention. Good. Keep the cutting up. Bubble. So I'll take that. Put a dot on him. Get that against the red. Alright, bubble. Build yourself up at least 2 or 3. Keeping the kiting going. Oh, got stuck. That's not good. To die. That's it. So you got to play that. A lot of people don't understand how that works, and you'll end up seeing them stand there and think that they want to use Brainbuster. Brainbuster will do more damage, but it's all about moving and staying alive. If you're doing a heal spec, if you're just going heals, you'd have, of course, your wisdom, your willpower in, and you're just going to throw out hots. You're going to throw out hots, and in this case, at this level, you're just going to be doing Gork, I'll fix you, and throwing up your bubble. So these are like the three main things. This isn't going to do a whole lot of damage, so it's not going to do a whole lot of healing. That's why I'm a firm believer that the Archmage and the Shaman, ever since Live, is all about the life tap. I played a life tap Archmage in Live, and it was fantastic. It's a very, very versatile class to play. Some bragger for a defensive build. So war chain. No talismans, of course. Training wheels. Training wheels. Alright, so that was that. That's the class mechanics of the AM and the Shaman breakdown, pretty much. That's it. That's it. You build up. If you're going with the life tap, you build up the red. You kite people. Remember, your left and right button should always be this, strafing. When you're running away, you should always be running away while strafing. It really pisses off melee DPS when you practice this and get this down, because if you can hit them, that means they're kind of in front of you at all times. So their positional abilities don't trigger. I know that from experience playing melee DPS, and somebody's kiting me away and I'm trying to attack them, and it's like positions facing the wrong way, to say things like that. So you're not behind your target when they're running in circles, strafing around you while attacking you, which is something you want to learn to do. But I hope that helped you out with the class mechanics for the Shaman. Thanks.